Good morning, you guys, and welcome to Cup of Joe. I'm your host, Jordy, and today I am joined with
Ian.
Hopefully you guys are having a great one out there. We had a great MegaSota game night just last night. We got an even better TwinsWinsDay today, so stick around as we're going to be streaming to you live all day long on all those brand new Pilot TVs, your Pilot Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as on Twitch. Both of our channels are under the name MegaSota for you guys.
Oh yeah, definitely some great stuff there, and we got some great locations getting some brand new Pilot TVs. And those are the Municipal Liquor Store, Moose Lake, Sidewinders, Polar Bar, Roddy's Bar, all of them getting those Pilot TVs. Super exciting stuff.
Absolutely. Definitely go check those out and check us out on all of our different streaming platforms. And we got a lot of reasons for you guys to be sticking around and playing Pilot games all day long. We kickstart our bingo day at 12 o'clock, just 10 minutes after we get off air here with you guys during Cup of Joe. And that's when we jump right into the Twins bingo. You can take home $4,453 that's on the line. Take that home in 52 balls or less, and you guys are going to be winning that Twins bingo jackpot.
Not bad, not bad. And even after that Twins bingo, you get more 25-cent edition games, as we got the Jackpot Hunter 25-cent edition that always runs from 4 to 6. And we have a minor jackpot that's starting off at $14.18. Not too large of a jackpot, but with these minor jackpots in the 25-cent edition of Jackpot Hunter, they grow so quickly. They start off at 52 balls or less, and that's what it's sitting at right now. But only needs to get to $50 before it clicks up from 52 to 56. Then another $50 at $100, clicking up from 56 to 60 balls or less, and at $150 it clicks up to that max ball count to 64 balls or less. That money will keep on growing, but 64 balls or less is the best ball count you're going to get.
Absolutely, and it makes things completely doable as we give out multiple of those minor jackpots each and every day during that time slot from 1 to 4, so definitely check that out. And that's what leads you right into our happy hour show, and that's when you get your first opportunities at Skull Bingo. That jackpot has not gone out, and so we have that Skull Bingo coverall sitting at $83,978. Take that home in 50 balls or less, and I feel like you'll be starting your weekend right.
Not a bad prize whatsoever. And we got some good prizes that went out yesterday, as we gave out 2 different jackpots yesterday. The first one went out to a player naming it and claiming it. They named themselves Jackpot over at Molitor's Quarry, and they were able to take home $845. Good job, Jackpot.
Yeah, nicely done. I feel like you definitely spilled that out into fruition and made it happen for yourself. Yeah. Nicely done getting that jackpot. But the second jackpot winner of just yesterday was Andy over at Dylan's Double D's Bar and Off Sale. They got to take home $750 yesterday.
Yeah, I would have made a Toy Story reference, but it's Andy with an I and not Andy with a Y, so don't want to get that messed up. But we do have a great plethora of E-Tab games for you guys to check out. Our newest E-Tab game that just hit your guys' iPads just a few weeks ago, that is lots of loons. Check out that loons bonus and see if you could take the best picture to take home the biggest prizes.
Absolutely. It's a lot of fun. It's the latest one we've released, so guys, definitely go check that out. We are going to be checking into Brooklyn Park, Minnesota today to see what the weather's looking like today, and you guys should be expecting some mostly sunny skies in the morning, but it is going to give way to some scattered storms and thunderstorms developing in the afternoon. That high is looking at about 81 degrees today with a chance of rain sitting at about 50.
Yeah, so it's a good day to stay inside, play some Pilot games, and even heading into the night, you know, probably should be staying inside as well, as it's going to be scattered showers and thunderstorms that tonight. Low of 64 degrees, winds south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour, with the chance of rain boosting up another 10% to 60%.
Absolutely. Well, if you guys want to escape the rain and take home some cash, Pilot Games has a lot of things to offer you guys. We already talked about it once, but that Twins Bingo jackpot is sitting at $4,453. You guys will get 10 opportunities from 12 to 1 to take it home in 52 balls or less.
Oh yeah, and you'll be earning points towards our lunchtime bingo standings, the Twiking Zone. Now, we do not have updated standings at all for any of our standings right now. We're doing a little process update right now, and we won't be getting those standings for the next couple days. But we could talk about those shakeups that happened right before we got off counting our standings. Don't worry, you guys are still earning points. We'll just be updating those standings Maybe probably by the end of the weekend,
Current
I'd
week,
say,
yeah.
for sure. But hopefully during this week we can start getting them updated again. But onto the Twiking Zone standings, where we got some nice races happening. In 10th place, we got Juicy Loser over at VFW Columbia Heights, only 1,000 points behind the number 9th player T-Bone over at Poppers in Virginia with 40,000 points.
Yeah, some really exciting stuff going on there. Other than that, we'd have to jump up a little bit to reach our next standings shakeup or as tight-knit race going on. But as it stands in 8th place, we have Tez over at Poppers. 7th place is Red at American Legion Fridley. 6th place is Caribou at Cooper's Restaurant. And then once you hit that 5th place spot, that's when you reach our next race. In 5th place, we have Nan over at Corky's Bar in South Haven with 96,000 points. Closing in on that 4th place player, only 1,000 points separating him, Mikey wins at Steve-O's, who has 97,000 points.
Definitely some great stuff there, and I can't wait to see what happens with these updated standings. But in 3rd place, starting off our 100,000 point club, we got Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine. Then we got our last shakeup of the standings that happened just on Monday, and that was that Sinbob got dethroned over at Corky's Bar South Haven, was able to be there for one weekend at that number 1 spot, now sits with 127,000 points. The player passing him up was actually Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park, who now sits with 128,000 points.
That's some really exciting stuff. And just yesterday, when John and I were doing our our lunchtime show, Sinbob was actually out there getting a bunch of wins.
Oh, so we might be seeing a change up in these standings when we come and check in with them when these standings finally get updated. I'm super excited to see what happens.
Absolutely, and I'm super excited to see the next players who get in that 100,000 point club as well, with Nan and Mikey wins closing in on that point class rapidly.
Oh yeah, but on to our location standings. We did have a shake-up the last time we were out earning points, and getting bumped back from 9th into 10th, we got the Floppy Crappie over at Pokegama Township with 50,000 points. Passing him up, moving from 10th into 9th, we got Cooper's Restaurant Egan with 52,000 points. Now still a close race, but a good move for Cooper's Restaurant.
Absolutely, that's some tight-knit stuff happening right there, and we'll have to see who's going to come out victorious in the tail end of these standings. Staying pretty solidified in 8th place, it's Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards. 7th place is Miniger Sports Hub in La Crescent, and then once we get to our 6th place spot, we reach the 100,000 point club. Sitting with exactly 100,000 points in 6th place, it's our place on 3rd in Faribault.
Oh yeah, 5th place is VFW Blaine, and 4th place is Poppers in Virginia. Some really good stuff there. But as we quickly move into the 200,000 point club, now none of these players in the 100,000 point club or 200,000 point club are, I feel like, any bit close enough to be considered races right now. But it could shake up when we get back, as VFW Blaine and Poppers in Virginia are only about 11,000 points separating the two. But 3rd place, Corky's Bar South Haven, 209,000 points. With 255,000 points in 3rd place, we got American Legion Fridley. And then we got to move on to the 300,000 point club in 1st place, because VFW Spring Lake Park now sits with 332,000 points.
That's some really exciting stuff. We were looking to see them have a rivalry this season, and they had it early on with American Legion Fridley, but now they are getting down to business and getting that gap, separating them, holding on, and solidifying that 1st place spot.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. Super exciting stuff. But we do have an E-tab we'd like to talk about, as we're listening to a really fun one, Go for Gold. It's kind of Olympic themed. You guys can win some really good prizes in the bonus round, and it's a super fun E-tab game. But if, Olympic themed E-tab games aren't your style, we got a bunch of different options for you.
That's right. We have over 50 different charitable E-tab games that you guys can choose to play at any time. All of our games have 85% payout and huge prizes up to $1,500. You can even play with small bets between 50 cents and $5. Check out those awesome bonus rounds and win some free play as well.
Yeah, it's a really great time playing those E-tabs, but I also think it's a really great time playing our live bingo.
Absolutely.
And from 1 all the way till 4, we got the Jackpot 125 cent edition coming right after the Twins bingo. You got a mega prize of $25,000 you take home in 43 balls or less. A major prize that's sitting at $881 you take home in 48 balls or less. And that minor prize, we already talked about it today. It's sitting at $14.18. You can take it home in 52 balls or less. But we talked about it when we were highlighting it in our highlight jackpots. It grows so quickly, and we were planning on giving out a few minor jackpots during that 1 to 4 time.
Absolutely, and it's a great little warm-up that leads you right into our happy hour show. It starts right at 4 p.m. and goes all the way till 6 p.m. Right at 4, you guys get started off with that game of Lucky 4 Bingo. We have $28,871 on the line starting out that Lucky 4 today. So guys, definitely come out for it. And if it doesn't go out at 4 p.m., don't worry, you get that second opportunity right at 6. But sandwiched right in the middle are 23 games of Skull Bingo to get your night started off right. We're starting out today with a line prize at $292 that you can take home in 10 balls or less. That large frame at $6,736. Take that home in 43 balls or less. And that coverall prize we've already talked about, but is the biggest jackpot we have to offer right now, $83,978. Take it home in 50 balls or less.
Definitely some awesome stuff there, and it's all contributing to our happy hour standings, which we got some ties right now, and I can't wait to see when this updates to see all the shakeups we'll have in the player standings. But we right now got a bunch of ties in these standings, as we got a three-way tie starting us off in 10th place between Wolfstein at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards, Crazy Kid over the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45, and Jay Surma over at Grumpy's Bar and Grill Roseville. They all have 10,000 points.
And right ahead of them, we jump right into another tie in 7th between Dustball 75 at Charlie Sports Bar and Grill, Tesla at Friends Bar and Restaurant, and Kirby at American Legion Fridley. They all have 11,000 points.
Oh, yeah, while the ties end there, the tight races do not stop. As 6th place, we got Lucky Ride over at South Street Saloon with 12,000 points, only 1,000 points but ahead of that 7th place tie. Only 1,000 points ahead of that 6th place player is 5th place Chica over at Willie McCoy's Vandover with 13,000 points. Then you got a 2,000 point gap between the 4th place player and the 5th place player, as Billany over at VFW Blaine has 15,000 points. 17,000 points for the 3rd place player, Lars over at Anamia Vets Club. 2nd place is Brother Nate over at Carboni's Pizza Sports Bar Burnsville with 20,000 points. And with 38,000 points leading the way, and I wouldn't be surprised if they are still leading the way when we get these standings updated, it's Funk over at Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards with 38,000 points.
Definitely some nice stuff, and I can't wait to see when they get updated. Well, on the location side of things, there are a fewer amount of ties happening, but they start off in our 8th place spot. Right behind them in 10th, we got Dugout Bar and Grill in Bethel with 16,000. Then in that tie in 8th place, it's the Barrel House Bar and Cafe in Coon Rapids and Willie McCoy's of Andover, both with 17,000. 7th place is Carboni's Pizza Sports Bar Burnsville with 19,000. Then with 23,000 in 6th place, it's VFW Blaine. 5th place is Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 in Hilltop with 26,000. Then with 33,000 in 4th place, it's American Legion Fridley. 3rd place is VFW Spring Lake Park with 44,000, but right ahead of them with 46,000 in 2nd place, it's Anamia Vets Club. But holding on to that 1st place spot, it is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 80,000 points so far.
Definitely some great stuff there, and I can't wait to see all the shakeups that happen. And you guys can stay tuned for all those shakeups during our live bingo, as we're running live. I mean, 12 to 10 every single day. But after that happy hour bingo, our live hosts are gonna go off air for just a little bit, and from 6 all the way till 7 o'clock you'll get some more opportunity of Skull Bingo, and even from 9 all the way till 10 you'll get some more Skull Bingo opportunities. Now the coverall, large frame, and line prize are going to be whatever it's sitting at the end of our happy hour stream. If any of them win out, or if they've grown even larger, you'll definitely want to stop by and check out what they are sitting at, because you can always win that line prize at 10 balls or less, large frame at 43 balls or less, and the coverall at 50 balls or less. But Skull Bingo normally runs from 6 all the way till 10, and we got an interruption tonight that's going to be an absolute blast.
That's right, from 7 going all the way till 9 p.m. Ian and I are going to be back in the Twins studio for a Twins Wednesday. It's your second opportunity of the week for our specialty night to take home some PGL points and take home some cash. We ended up giving out that jackpot jungle coverall just a few weeks prior, so now we're playing a little bit of a grand finale game of 2 rounds of Wipeout Blackout.
It's really fun stuff, and we just had some fun stuff happen last night, as it was a MegaSota game night. It's the biggest gaming night of the entire week, where Tony and Nikki bring a bunch of great PGL game action, some really good prizes, and they do that at 6:40 every single Tuesday. They're trying to give out a jackpot jungle coverall of $29,457. You can take it home in 54 balls or less. It should be a really fun time, so make sure you guys are coming out for MegaSota game night at 6:40 And also coming out tonight at 7 o'clock for our TwinsWinsDay so that you can earn some PGL points.
Well, if you guys want to earn those PGL points, you need to make sure you're signed up at pgl.world first. Once you're a member of the Pilot Gambling League, you'll be able to compete against each other for those PGL points awarded on specialty nights, as well as get access to insider information like a monthly newsletter. These last few months have been crucial as we've released information about our annual event, PyCon, and since then it's already been sold out. It's happening September 15th at the Ledge Amphitheater in Waite Park, and we hope to see you there.
Oh yeah, but some new players that just got signed up. We got Crusher, ePayment, CK Minnesota 03, Becky T, Ward T, Brother JM Bash 21, Just Meg, Cam Dub Bam, Nelly, Coolio 17, Ashley S, Fensky 505, Angel Ma, Bread 732, Charlie U, Vodka Queen, Lori, Cryax, Test the Goat, Big Bucks 13, Genie, Lucky Guy 91, Angie 5535-8, Mommy 1992, and Bait Expo 86. Definitely some great names getting signed up there.
Absolutely. Welcome to the PGL, and we love to see you there. And make sure you guys are coming out tonight for your chance at taking home those PGL points and maybe even getting into our PGL standings. And while I know we all look forward to Wednesday to hear about the fresh shakeups happening in these PGL standings, they have not been updated since last week, so we're just going to jump right in.
Oh yeah, in 10th place, we got Panda over at the roadside with a whopping 276,105 points. 9th place is Sarah Honey at VFW Austin with 277,540 points. 8th place is Bucks over at Rustic Saloon with 291,405 points. With 309,600 points in 7th place, we got Diesel over at Eagle St. James. 6th place is Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill with 337,130 points. With 343,510 points in 5th place, we got Devoided over at the roadside. 4th place is Keith over at Billy's Rockford with 370,000 points. With 400,705 points in 3rd place, we got Keeves over at Clearwater Corners. 2nd place is Bergar over at Rusty Nail Thief River Falls with 420,530 points. With our first place standings, they've been holding on to it for a little bit now. We got Forget You D over at Eagles Austin with 498,490 points.
That's some really exciting stuff, and make sure you guys are coming out tonight to compete against those players in our top 10 standings. On the location side of things, in 10th place, we got Corner Pocket and Rice with 1,054,000. With 1,119,000 in 9th place, it's American Legion Fridley. 8th place is Clancy's on Island Lake in Park Rapids with 1,143,000. With 1,235,000 in 7th place, it's Rusty Nail Thief River Falls. 6th place is Billy's Rockford with 1,259,000. Then Miltona Liquor Store sits in 5th with 1,354,000. With 1,453,000 in 4th place, it's VFW Northfield. 3rd place is Howie's Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud with 1,717,000. With 1,765,000 in 2nd place, it's Mabel Liquor Store. And holding on to 1st place for another week, it was Poppers in Virginia, sitting with 1,918,000.
Definitely some really great stuff there. And if you guys want to stay up to date with everything Pilot Games, you got to go give us a like and follow on our Facebook page. All you got to do is search up Pilot Games on that Facebook search bar, and you can click on our logo right there. You'll be able to see weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressions, player pictures, and so much more. There's also a great website link on our Facebook, which is our link tree. It has links to bar locations, our social media, our PGL.world. Anything you could ask for, you can find on our Facebook, so definitely go check it out.
Absolutely. It's definitely a great resource to utilize, and if you can't find the information you're looking for, just send us a message, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible to have you guys informed about everything you need to know. But you guys even do just a great job of that yourselves as you guys comment on each other's posts, answering those questions. It's a great sense of community here at Pilot Games.
Oh, definitely is. And speaking of community,
Yep.
we do have a player spotlight because we like to highlight a specific player every single week and highlight the charity that they support, just so that you guys remember that the thing we say at the very end, when you play Pilot Games, your community wins. You guys are actually helping out your community a lot, and this player was doing just that, and that was the Pust over at Northeast Palace, taking home $6,000 $1,392. But while they were playing at the Northeast Pals, they're supporting a really, really great charity.
That's right, the Minneapolis Firefighters Local 82 Triple Crown. Their mission is to support men and women of Minneapolis and the firefighters of Local 82 who proudly protect the residents and visitors of Minneapolis 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Definitely some awesome stuff. Me and Jordy are going to be right back for some Twins bingo in just a little bit. So stick around for that. And remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins.
See you guys in 10.
Hey guys, and we love giving out jackpots all the time, and just this past weekend we gave out a bunch of different jackpots, and let's just get it started.
All right, well, on Friday, the first one out went out to Frex over at Chanticleer Pizza Code Rapids, taking home $782.
Then we had a loin over at Woody's Bar and Grill, taking home $34,990. Surprisingly, wasn't the largest jackpot of this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
That is craziness. Well, next up on Friday, we also gave one out to J.W. Breer over at Shoreline Restaurant, taking home $1,491.
Then we had Jimmy over at VFW Northfield, taking home $701.
Nicely done. Then we had Puddle 72 over at Moe's, taking home $721.
Yeah, good job. We also on Friday, the last jackpot on Friday, went out to Chantaduo over at Chanticleer Pizza Maple Grove, taking home $1,014.
Nicely done. Then Saturday got started off right with 6-9 BLT over at Lookout Bar and Grill, taking home $1,548.
Then we had C. Matt over at HR Pesties, taking home $708.
Then we had Jeffrey over at Municipal Liquor Store Twin Valley, taking home $708 as well.
Yeah, then we had Puddle Jumper over at Moe's, taking home $602. Definitely a great name right there.
Yeah, nicely done. And then Saturday got started off with what turned out to be the biggest jackpot of this past weekend, Pepper over at Moose Lodgeway Park, taking home $35,894.
Whew, what a great jackpot. Then we had Player over at Leon's Riverside Pub, taking home $10,263 to end off that Sunday. What a great weekend of jackpots, and hopefully this upcoming weekend we can have even more. But while you guys are playing, remember, when you play Pilot games, your community wins. Hey guys, and we love playing our lunchtime bingo. Right now during lunchtime, we're playing Twins Bingo, where you guys earn points towards the twiking zone.
That's right, and things have been going crazy on the player side of things, so I'm going to jump right in. And in 10th place, we got Puts over at Knuckleheads Bar and Grill, sitting with 34,000 points. With 36,000 points in 9th place, we got Juicy Loser at VM.
Hey, and we are here for a little bit of Twins Bingo. We got $4,491 on the line. This should be a really fun time, so make sure you guys are getting enrolled and pressing play. As we were streaming live to you guys on the Pilot TV, Player Connect app, pilotgames.com/PilotTV, YouTube Live, as well as the Twitch app. Our channel name is MegaSota on both YouTube Live and Twitch. Really, really fun stuff.
Absolutely, and the latest locations that just got those brand new Pilot TVs installed include Municipal Liquor Store Moose Lake, Sidewinders, Polar Bar, and even Roddy's Bar as the latest locations.
Definitely some great locations getting those TVs. And we are now in this game number 1 of Twins Bingo. Let's see what our Musco prizes are looking at, as we got a line prize of $4, a large M of $4, and that coverall jackpot, $4,485. Should be some fun stuff, as we already got players 2 balls away, Alyssa and Ford.
Absolutely, but hopefully we can give out this $4,000 jackpot in the next 10 games. It'll be a great one for our Twins Bingo, but we ended up giving out just 2 jackpots yesterday, making it 27 for the last rolling 7 days, and 152 for Season 12 so far.
Yeah, really good stuff. And the first one that went out yesterday went out to Jackpot over at Molitor's Quarry, taking home $845.
Seems like a pretty fitting name.
Yes, it definitely does. We got Chevy over at Moose on Monroe, taking home that $4 line prize. Now we're working on a $4 large gem. But yeah, Jackpot winning a jackpot.
Nicely done, Jackpot, taking home that jackpot. But the second jackpot up actually went out to Andy over at Dylan's Double D's Bar and Off Sale, who got to take home $750.
Definitely some great stuff there. Good to see those jackpots go out. And hopefully we can get a $4,000 jackpot on this list today, as we are 3 balls away from giving out that large M. We'll see if we can give it out quickly, so that we can have a nice run up at that $4,485 coverall jackpot. Just got to win it in 52 balls or less. But what do you think of the vibe of Molitor's Quarry? What do you picture when you hear that name?
Molitor's Quarry, I kind of picture it like there's a restaurant here in Michigan called Ford's Garage.
Okay.
And it's all like automobile memorabilia, and they sell really good burgers, and they've got drafts on tap. Like, that's kind of the vibe I picture.
Okay, see, I picture something so different.
What do you picture?
I picture like an old style tavern kind of thing. What you'd picture like coming into like Renaissance time kind of dealio, and it would just be all wood with barrels in the back kind of deal.
Stone.
Yeah, you got like hanging candles and stuff like that. Maybe not that, but like fake ones to give the vibe of it. We do got Big JK over at Carboni's Pizzeria and Pub, Oak Park Heights, taking home $4, as we click over to a $7 Musco coverall prize. But it's all because I think of the Molitor, I think it's called a Molitor, the half man, half bull.
That's a Minotaur.
Minotaur, yes. I think of the Minotaur whenever I see Molitor. And so that's where I get it mixed up, when it looks nothing like that.
Definitely does it. We do have our Musco winner, as Red at American Legion Fridley is taking away that $7 Musco. Nicely done to all of our winners, Chevy, Big JK, and Red in this game number 1. We're about to begin enrolled in game number 2.
Yeah, this looks like a very nice dining situation where you could even host like a wedding at it.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, really cool stuff. Well, good job to all the winners.
They do look like they have good burgers.
Ooh, but definitely good job to all the winners in this game number 1 of Twins Bingo. We're about to be getting enrolled into a game number 2. Also, good job to both of our winners yesterday. But we got some other things we need to talk about.
That's right, like our latest eTab game that we've released that you guys have been checking out this past week or so, and it's called Lots of Loons. You can check that out and even try and snap the best picture in the Loon bonus round. Apparently, there's 2 bonus rounds in this game.
Really?
Yeah, that's what Hot Take Higgins was saying.
Okay, 2 different kinds of bonus rounds. I guess we'd have to see. Maybe one's a free play round and one's the bonus round.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It could be that. I haven't played enough of it. I've only seen a quick demo of it, so I would love to actually get a full preview of what it is. So check in. Let us know if you played a little bit of Lots of Loons, what you like about the game, what you dislike about the game. I know it's going a little bit away from our cartoonish themed games. It looks more realistic, which is pretty cool. Well, we got 1 minute and 50 seconds to get enrolled in this game number 2 of Twins Bingo. Make sure you guys are getting enrolled and pressing us in play, as you guys can see a preview of that game of lots of loons on our Facebook page. All you gotta do is search up on Facebook Pilot Games, click on our logo, and after that you'll be able to see weekly bingo schedules, event details, reminders, big progressives, player pictures, as well as, e-tab previews and so much more. You can also click on our website link that's on our Facebook page, which is our link tree, and that has links to bar locations, our social media, pgl.world, and even more links there as well. So definitely a great place to go for anything Pilot Games, our Facebook page.
Absolutely, but another great place to check out things happening with Pilot Games is our morning show that happens Monday through Friday at 11:30 for you guys. It's called Cup of Joe with Jordy, and I'm the Jordy of that equation, and I get to bring in different bingo hosts each and every day where we talk about the biggest shakeups that happen in our standings that you guys compete for, as well as where all the big cash is starting off the day at. It's a great little hot segment where you guys get to find out the juicy tidbits you need to know for the day, but if you guys missed out on it, don't worry, we're going to run through all the big cash amounts that we have on the line for you guys today, as well as our entire bingo schedule.
Oh yeah, and we get every single day, 7 days a week, start off with some Twins Bingo. Our live bingo, it's $4,484 available on this one. Should be some fun stuff, and we're playing this all the way till 1 p.m., which gets you right into our Jackpot 125-cent edition that runs from 1 to 4. We got a mega prize of $25,000 you can take home in 43 balls or less, a major prize of $881 you can take home in 48 balls or less, and the most doable jackpot is the smallest one, sitting at $14.18. You can take it home in 52 balls or less, but every $50 on that Jackpot 125-cent edition, that minor prize, the ball count clicks up 4 balls. So once it hits that all the way to $150 mark, clicking up 3 different times, it hits that 64 ball count. And that's where the ball count caps off, but that money will keep on growing. But at 64 balls or less, it's a gimme jackpot.
Absolutely. So you guys will definitely want to check that out as we give out multiple minors each and every day from that 1 to 4 span. But we are officially in this game number 2. We have $4 on that line and large M and $4,507 on that jackpot. But another opportunity at taking home some jackpots starts off at 4 p.m. where it leads you right into our happy hour show. From 4 to 6, we're going to be back live with you guys trying to give out a lot of cash, and we start off that with a Lucky 4 bingo round right at 4 p.m. and we get a second opportunity right at 6 to try and take home that $28,871 jackpot. But before I talk about the 23 games of Skull Bingo, we got a line prize winner.
Yo-Yo over at Valley Inn's taking home that $4 line prize. We are now working on a $4 large M. We'll see if we can give it out really quickly, so we'll have a run-up at this $4,500 jackpot.
That's right, but from 4 to 6, during those games of Skull Bingo, we have a lot of games on the line for you. There are 23 games that we get to play live with you guys, and we got some great prizes on the line as we're starting out with that Skull Bingo line prize at $292. You can take that home in 10 balls or less. There's that large frame at $6,736 at 43 balls or less, and that coverall prize at $83,978. You can take it home in 50 balls or less. I cannot believe it hasn't gone out yet.
Yeah, I mean, a huge jackpot on the line. It should be exciting stuff. We've seen it go out at around 30,000. We've seen it go out around like 160,000. So that Skull Bingo coverall, it's always the same likelihood, 50 balls or less. So it should be a fun time. And you guys can continue to play the Skull Bingo from 6 all the way till 7, and then from 9 all the way till 10. With all those coverall, large frame, and line prize ball counts not changing at all, you can always win them at the same exact amount. But tonight there is an interruption on that Skull Bingo as we got our TwinsWinsDay that runs from 7 all the way till 9 o'clock. Our TwinsWinsDay, it's going to be me and Jordy back in the Twin studio once again, trying to give out a bunch of PGL points this time, as well as some really good prizes. Like we got Vikings Victory, where there's some small and large jackpots available in it. Fishing Derby also has that same thing where it's got a smallmouth and largemouth jackpot. That we even play a high-low game where the best players and the worst players in states get that #1 prize, which is really, really cool stuff.
That's right. I have our actual schedule up for tonight if you want to go over some of those fun games, but we got a winner.
Kirby over at Adagios is taking home that $4 large M, as we've already clicked over to a $6 must-go coverall prize. We got a bunch of players 1 ball away, and it should be going out, and there it is, going out to Brew Crew over at Municipal Liquor Store Mapleton, taking home $6. Good job to all the winners in this game number 2 of Twins Bingo. We're about to be getting enrolled into a game number 3 as we talk a little bit about that Twins Wednesday.
That's right. You guys better be there at 9 or at 7 p.m. tonight, going all the way till 9. And starting off at 7, we get right into a game of Pride of Minnesota, followed by 2 rounds of Vikings victory. Then right in the middle, we have our high-low game of Blingo Bingo, where the biggest loser will get to take home a first-place prize. Right after that, we have our 3rd round of Vikings victory, followed up by a round of Fishing Derby. And then right at 8:30, we're going to be finishing off our night with 2 rounds of Wipeout Blackout.
Should be an absolute blast, so make sure you guys are coming out for that, as well as MegaSota Game Night, which just happened last night, and it happens at 6:40 every single Tuesday. Tony and Nikki try and bring out a bunch of PGL points as well as cash, and they were trying to give out a $29,457 jackpot, but were unsuccessful. So next week, that Jackpot Jungle Grand Finale, you can win it in 54 balls or less. You'll be taking home that $29,457. It should be a really fun time.
Absolutely. It's going to be a great one. So make sure you guys are coming out for every special night that we have to offer, but making sure you're signed up at pgl.world, as it is your only chance at taking home those PGL points. You guys have just about a minute 45 to get enrolled in this game number 3, where we have over $4,524 in total prizes, and we're looking to give out a jackpot in this next round as we get into our first national day.
Yeah, our first one is National Massachusetts Day. National Massachusetts Day on August 17th recognizes the first New England colony and the 6th state to join the Union, named after the indigenous people who populated the area when explorers first arrived. Massachusetts became the first incubator for independence, education, and industry.
Very cool stuff. We're going to be looking up some fun facts about Massachusetts for you guys, as it is National Massachusetts Day. And if you guys didn't know, their state berry is actually the cranberry.
Ooh, I love some good cranberry. Cranberry juice is probably my favorite fruit juice right now. So
really?
I'm a huge fan of their state berry.
Absolutely. Some good stuff.
Yeah, Massachusetts is sometimes called the baked bean state.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah, that's really, really cool stuff. The baked bean state. What a name.
The first American lighthouse was actually in Massachusetts, located on Boston Harbor. It's the oldest lighthouse in America. It was built in 1716 to ward off approaching enemy vessels. And this historical lighthouse still remains standing today. And it's also the only light station that still has an official keeper.
Do I tell you,
really?
as a kid, I always wanted to live in like an abandoned lighthouse.
I completely agree with you.
I thought that was so cool. I saw it in Yours, Mine, and Ours with Dennis Quaid. They move into an old lighthouse, and they end up, renovating it, the whole thing, with all their kids and stuff like that, and it made it so cool. And it was also just like, I want a lighthouse. Like, it was being able to go up into that top deck. It was so cool. And
all the kids have different layers on the house.
I was like, I want that. I want that. So I mean, that's really cool that the first American lighthouse was made there in Massachusetts. Massachusetts is home to the Paper House. The Paper House is a unique home made almost entirely out of newspaper. In 1922, engineer Ellis F. Stenman began building the Paper House as a summer home in Rockport, Massachusetts. The walls, the floor, and the furniture are all made from newspapers. Inside, there are even there's a paper piano, paper desk, paper chairs, and more. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's been around for almost a century and is a popular destination for tourists. We do have some winners on that line prize, though.
Yeah, we have Big JK over at Carboni's Pizzeria, as well as Merle over at VFW Spring Lake Park, and Cher over at VFW Blaine. Good stuff for all those winners, splitting up that line prize of $6.
Yeah, now we're working on a $6 large M and a $4,541 jackpot. But next up, the place with the longest name is in Massachusetts. Have you ever heard of Weber Lake? Well, before it started going by Weber Lake, it was actually called Lake
You know, I tell you what, it's probably easier to just spell it out for you guys, as you spell the full name out. That was even abbreviated what Jordy was about to try and tackle, but it's spelled Chauganaugg. That's
Chargana gong men cha ga ga cha bana gung mug.
yeah, and if you guys want to know, it means you fish on your side of the lake, and I'll fish on mine.
That's really funny. We do have Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park taking home that $6 large M, and we're working on a $9 must-go prize now.
That's really funny. It means you fish on your side of the lake, I fish on mine.
I'll fish on mine.
Roadside rocking horses are found in Massachusetts.
Well, before we go over that interesting tidbit, we got Doggo 11 over at the Polar Lounge taking home that $9 must-go prize in this game number 3. We're about to be rolling and growing on over to game number 4 now.
Yeah, so apparently in Lincoln, Massachusetts, there's a mysterious gathering of toy rocking horses called Pony...
Henge.
Yeah, starting with just one horse back in 2010, the puzzling collection of rocking horses has since grown to more than 30 horses. No one really knows why or how the old ponies get there or who arranges them, but this unique roadside collection of rocking horses charms both the locals and the tourists that drive through the town of Lincoln.
That's really funny.
I want to go there now. Go see this mass amount of
Just
rocking horses. I want to add one. I'm going to go buy a rocking horse just to add to it.
Absolutely. I feel like that's the only right thing to do.
Yeah.
Massachusetts actually has a few interesting laws. Like every other state, Massachusetts also has a few outlandish rulings. For example, did you know that the use of tomatoes in clam chowder is prohibited?
Oh.
And what about that celebrating the Christmas holiday was once against the law? And another thing, if you want to take a lion to the movies or put a gorilla in your back seat, don't do it. How silly are those laws?
That is really funny stuff. Really, really cool. Definitely some fun facts about Massachusetts on there that I would have never guessed.
Absolutely.
You got any other fun facts about Massachusetts? But while you're looking at that, we do just have 1 minute and 30 seconds to get enrolled in this game number 4. Are we in game number 4 now of Twins Bingo?
Yes, we are officially getting enrolled in game number 4.
Yeah, it should be some fun stuff. We'll see if we can give out this jackpot of $4,540. It should be just growing as more of you guys get enrolled in the next minute.
You know, I've been having a lot of fun. Last time we had a National State Day, we ended up looking up the weird laws that were in that state. And that tidbit just made me think of it. So, if you guys didn't know, at a wake, mourners may eat no more than 3 sandwiches. If you eat more than 3 sandwiches at a funeral, it is considered illegal.
Ah.
It is illegal to give beer to hospital patients. Really? I feel like that should be illegal anywhere.
I mean, maybe I'd give them beer, you know?
Yeah, but like, who thinks to bring beer to a hospital?
A good friend. That's who. We got 30 seconds to get enrolled in this next game.
Absolutely. Snoring is prohibited unless all bedroom doors are closed and locked securely.
Really?
No one wants to hear anybody snoring over there in Massachusetts, I guess.
That is funny. There must have been a really annoyed politician there.
Yes. An old ordinance declares goatees illegal unless you first pay for a special license fee and for the privilege of wearing one in public.
The privilege of rocking a goatee.
My dad would need to go get it.
Yeah. He likes to rock a goatee every once in a while.
He's rocked a goatee for like 30 years. He's now branching out and shaving his chin.
I was about to say he goes off and on. Like from what I know of him, he goes all over the facial hair.
Yes.
Side of things.
But when we were growing up, he almost
Always
had
the
like
goatee?
the Johnny Depp just like goatee.
That's super funny.
It was so
stuff.
funny. He tried to braid him one time. Really? All men must carry a rifle to church on Sunday.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
There's a picture with a slew of nuns holding rifles.
Yeah. Fighting off the devil.
That's what roller coasters are for. No gorilla is loud in the backseat of any car. Front
Yes,
seat,
we did.
totally fair game. The real question is, does the gorilla have to call shotgun?
That is funny.
That's
We do
funny.
have a line prize going out to Nan at Corky's Bar, South Haven. Good job, Nan. Take it home $6. Now working on a $6 large M.
That's some crazy fun facts.
Yeah, that definitely is some funny ones. Candy may not contain more than 1% of alcohol. That's a good thing to have. I mean,
Tattooing and body piercings are illegal. This one was repealed in 2000, though.
okay, makes sense. That's really interesting stuff. Some weird fun facts.
Yeah.
But we got to keep on moving through our National Day list as you guys are getting it going in this game number 4 of Twins Bingo. We got a large M of $6 and a coverall prize of $4,500. We'll see if we can give it out as we got Kirby, Big JK, and Steve, as well as many more joining up at that 4-ball away mark.
Absolutely, but our next National Day is National Nonprofit Day. And on August 17th, National Nonprofit Day recognizes the goal and positive impacts of nonprofits that have on the communities and the world.
Yeah, definitely a huge one on today. And there's approximately 1.8 million nonprofit organizations in the U.S.
Yeah. And a couple of the states that have mostly nonprofits include California, Texas, New York, and many more.
Yeah, cool stuff. Yeah, the top 3 nonprofit states. Charitable giving accounts for 2.1% of gross domestic product in 2016.
All right. School groups raise more than $1.5 billion each year selling various products.
Yeah, I knew that we were doing something with all those fundraisers that we did for charity
yes.
as kids. We do have Simbob as well as Puts. Splitting up that $6 large M, Puts over at American Legion Pine River, and Simbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven. We have clicked past to a $10 Musco coverall prize as Tez is 1 ball away, and we should be giving it out in the next few balls.
And there it is. Mikey wins at Maple Tavern is taking away that Musco prize. Nicely done. $10 going out to you in this game number 4. We're going to be getting rolled officially in game number 5.
Yeah, well, if nonprofits were a country, they would have the 5th largest economy in the world.
Very cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, churches, schools, and foundations dominate the nonprofit sector, accounting for almost 40% of all nonprofits in the United States.
Wow, that's huge. That's a huge percentage. Let's see. What is another fun fact? The remaining types of nonprofits, about 1/3 of all nonprofits, all have 4% or less of the total, and include everything from uniforms to environmental advocacy to think tanks and civil rights.
Very cool stuff.
Ah.
Yeah, on average, people spend about an average of 52 hours per year volunteering their time.
That's really cool stuff. I mean, I don't do that, and I probably should. I probably should get back into volunteering. That was something that I did just because school mandated it, kind of thing. But I haven't tried doing it just out of my own being like, yeah, I'm gonna go out there and volunteer. I think that's a great thing to do.
Yeah, growing up, actually, my volunteer work was mostly just voluntary. My school never really enacted us to.
They didn't have the 100 hours to graduate kind of thing.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I might have reached them just subconsciously by doing my own charitable work, but
you would have had to turn it into the school and everything like that. Yeah, we had to take these slips that were filled out by the people who we were volunteering for.
Oh, yeah, no, I grew up volunteering at animal shelters, my public in my community.
Yeah.
Those cleanup patrols and stuff.
Yeah, it's a great thing and you did it without any kind of incentive. I need to try doing it without any kind of incentive. It probably feels better that way.
Animal shelters are really fun to volunteer at.
I feel like that would be a great one as you
It
get
was
to
a
hang
lot
out with
of fun.
animals, which is always
Yeah,
a
I just
fun
got
time.
to feed them and bathe them, and I was like, how are you trusting me? I'm 14 years old, but nothing ever went wrong. The animals loved me, and I loved them.
Yeah, so it's a great time for you guys to go out and maybe volunteer at a nonprofit, try and help out the community. I mean, you guys are always helping out your community by playing pilot games.
Absolutely.
But nonprofits are great ways to help out the community as well. Our next up National Day, though, our final National Day of this list is National Thrift Shop Day. on a National Thrift Shop Day on August 17th. Get ready for some bargain shopping. Nearly every town in the United States offers a thrift shop or secondhand store, so there's no excuse not to celebrate.
Well, I think I got to go thrifting today.
Yeah, I feel like that's what we got to do. I'm a huge thrift shop guy.
Absolutely.
As a big broke college student, I love the thrift shops.
Big advocate for thrift shops.
I can get great clothes for really cheap, and there's a bunch of great stuff to with it. So.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I also enjoy donating to thrift shops.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Now I think donating to local thrift shops are always the better way to go about it, because those I think are always really cool as well, because everyone thinks about the Goodwills, the Salvation Armies that that you can go to and get their thing.
Churches take donations all the time as well.
Yeah, but I mean there's a lot of great just like local thrift shops though that you can find that it's a mom and pop owned thrift shop, and you can go donate your stuff there, and I think that's an awesome great thrift shop to donate it to.
And to support as well.
And also you can always find the cool stuff at the like mom and pop ones.
Absolutely.
I feel like the Goodwill ones, they'll try and hide some of the good stuff.
Yeah, and that's how I felt. But before we go any further, we got Rick over at Trouble's Bar and Restaurant taking home $7. Nicely done on that line prize. Yeah, I used to in high school to make a little extra money. I would take my clothing to Plato's Closet. And I found out they would take the good stuff and resell it on eBay and things.
Really?
And put out the cheaper stuff.
Yeah. See.
I was like, wow.
That's how you want to go.
Cool.
That's how you go to the mom and pop thrift store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite thrift store find that you've ever had?
I have two.
Okay, okay, you can say both of them.
Okay, well, the one that's actually really cool was this kind of vest I found that had all this really cool embroidery and stitching on it, and it's got this entire little scene on it.
Yeah, it has a bunch of garden gnomes on it.
It's got witches. It doesn't have garden gnomes. There are a whole bunch of little witches all over it, and it's really, really cute for the Halloween time. It's definitely a really, really fun piece that I wouldn't have been able to find anywhere else. But I feel like my best, thrift shop snag was just this past 2 weekends prior when we were in Florida. I found a $200 dress for $40.
Yes, that was really, really cool one.
That was a really cool
That was
find.
a really high-end thrift store that we ended up going to.
Yes, it was more of a consignment store. They took brand name things and sold them at discounted rates.
Yeah, it was really, really cool stuff. I'd say my favorite find is I found this multi color patch. I mean, I wouldn't call it patchwork, but just a multicolored jacket.
Are you talking about
that
your color block peacoat?
Yeah, you always wear it way more than I do.
It's so cool.
But it's one of my coolest finds that I've ever had, and I found it my freshman year of college, and I'll probably never get rid of it, as it's just
so cool.
such a unique coat. We do have a winner though, as we have puts over at American Legion Pine River, as well as Fifi over at Riverbend Bar and Grill, splitting up that $7 Musco Large M, as we're now working on a Musco prize of $11, which is going out to Mikey Wins over at the Maple Tavern. Good job to all of our winners in this game number 5 of Twins Bingo. We're about to get enrolled into a game number 6, as we talk a little bit more about thrift stores.
Yeah, you may discover some designer products at a fraction of the price. That's pretty much exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah, one of the biggest benefits of going to a thrift store. You develop a unique wardrobe. I can definitely say you can do that, as you could just find every different style at a thrift store, and you just figure out what you like. You mix and match a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, the majority of my wardrobe is from thrift stores.
Exactly. That's the same here. Outside of my hoodies, that's probably the only thing I'm willing to spend a little bit of money on is a good hoodie.
That's definitely, I've made that switch, but originally that's where I found my XXL hoodies.
Oh,
and I could
really?
find anything that I wanted oversized, but instead of having to pay $70 for
I get that.
a man's product.
Yeah, thrift shops have consistently changing selection. So if you're not into whatever they got out right then, just
wait
come
4
in.
days.
Yeah, exactly. 4 days and they restock the entire shelves.
Absolutely. You can even take a trip down memory lane.
Oh, you can see so many fun albums, books, different cassette tapes.
I know. There was point in my time of thrifting where my girlfriends and I were really into it in high school, and we used to want to go collect old VHS tapes and see what kind of like home videos or whatever got donated and go through tapes that way. But we could never find a VHS player.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tough to come across nowadays. But
you can probably find one at thrift stores.
yeah, probably. You can instill good spending habits in your kids. I think that's always a good one. Understanding that don't spend too much. You know, save a little bit of money and get something that maybe used, but you're gonna wear it like it's brand new.
Absolutely. The clothes are already broken in.
That is a real thing. That is a real thing.
Jeans.
I don't like thinking about it, but I do enjoy the fact that they're broken in.
It doesn't bother me at all. I mean, I wash the clothing I buy from thrift stores.
Yes,
and
obviously.
so I don't really mind that it's had a prior life. I think it gives it a little, I lost the word I was going to use. Character, maybe?
Yeah, its own character. I think that's a great word for it. Next up, we'll go through these a little quicker. Thrift shopping is like going on a treasure hunt. You can always
100%.
You're always searching for that good find. Thrift stores let you explore diverse styles. It kind of goes hand in hand with having a unique wardrobe. You can find genuine vintage items at stores. Now you see that is the huge thing. You know, vintage shirts are huge right now, and all that. And so one of the best places to find actual genuine vintage stuff is going to these thrift stores.
Absolutely. You may find something that pays off when Antique Roadshow comes to town.
Yeah, I know there's a few times where people have, there's a story about a North Carolina woman who spent $10 on an abstract painting, which then ended up being valued at $15,000 to $20,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, you can furnish your first home on a tight budget at a thrift store.
Right on.
Yeah, there's been lots of times where I've looked at the artwork there.
Shelving units.
Yeah, it's always a great place to find that.
I've gotten some of my bedroom furniture from there.
Yeah, and we'll just take two more. Thrift shopping sets you up for some great DIY projects. I think that's always awesome.
What I did with my dresser.
Yeah, I took I didn't get this from a thrift store, but I took an old dresser that you could find probably at a thrift store that was sitting in my parents' basement for a really long time. Took it out, took an electric sander to it, painted it a completely different color. Would never know that's the old chest that we had in our basement, and we now use it as a coffee table.
It's awesome. But we got Goober over at Covered Bridge taking home that $7 line prize. Now we're working on a $7 large M and a $4,653 jackpot.
Yeah, but you can find projects like that all the time at thrift stores. And the final one we're going to go over is thrift stores allow you to save money on kids' clothes. When kids are changing out of sizes 3 times in a single year, you want to save money on the clothes that you're buying.
Absolutely.
And thrift stores are a great way to do so.
Yeah, and there's so many different options now for thrift stores and really just secondhand shopping in general with apps like Poshmark or I can't think of the other one, but there are definitely a lot more opportunities nowadays to get connected with people, even across the country, that you want to buy something secondhand or at discounted rates. I feel like that is a great way to shop.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, if you can't make it to a thrift store today, I guess just listen to a little bit of Macklemore Thrift Shop on today to celebrate. We do have a little bit of Twins news to get into, as we are 60 and 55 right now, coming off a really nice game where Sonny Gray matched his season high with 10 strikeouts, and Gio Urshela had 4 hits as the Minnesota Twins beat the Kansas City Royals 9-0 on Tuesday night, a huge win. Gilberto Celestino homered, and Luis Reyes picked up 3 more hits to raise his MLB best batting average to a .336. The Twins move within a game of the AL Central leading Cleveland.
Absolutely, that's some good stuff. We got Dago 11 over at the Polar Lounge, taking home $7 on that large M. We just moved past that jackpot. We got $11 on that Musco now. And right now, they're actually going up against the Royals yet again. The game started just 20 minutes ago at 12:10. And as it stands, it's the bottom of the second, and the Twins are up by 2.
Good to see. Hopefully, we can continue to build on that lead, and it just means we're going to be able to get that much closer to those Cleveland Guardians. But we got a winner on this coverall prize, as we got got Mikey Wins over at Maple Tavern, taking home $11. Good job to all the winners in this game number 6 of Twins Bingo. We're about to be getting enrolled into a game number 7, so make sure you guys continue to get enrolled and press play as we talk about the Twiking Zone standings, what you guys are earning points for right now.
That's right. And you want to take the player side?
Oh, yeah. In 10th place, we got Juicy Loser over at VFW Columbia Heights with 39,000 points. With 40,000 points in 9th place, we got T-Bone over at Poppers. 8th place is Tez over at Poppers with 53,000 points. With 79,000 points in 7th place, we got Red over at American Legion Fridley. 6th place is Caribou over at Cooper's Restaurant with 87,000 points. With 96,000 points in 5th place, we got Nan over at Corky's Bar South Haven. 4th place is Mikey Wins over at Steve O's with 95,000 points. 3rd place is Scrub Eye over at VFW Blaine with 114,000 points. 2nd place is Simbob over at Corky's Bar South Haven with 127,000 points. And with 128,000 points in 1st place, we got Loser Dave over at VFW Spring Lake Park.
That's right, and on the location side of things, in 10th place, we start off with Floppy Crappie in Pokegama Township with exactly 50,000 points. With 52,000 points in 9th place, it's Cooper's Restaurant in Egan. 8th place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 75,000 points. With 84,000 points in 7th place, it's Miniger Sports Hub in La Crescent. 6th place is Our Place on 3rd and Faribault with 100,000 points exactly. With 138,000 in 5th place, it's VFW Blaine. 4th place is Poppers in Virginia, who sits with 149,000 points. Then in the 200,000 point club with 209,000 points in 3rd place, it's Corky's Bar in South Haven. 2nd place is American Legion Fridley with 255,000 points. And then with 332,000 points in 1st place, it's VFW Spring Lake Park.
Definitely a great location in player standings, and we're taking a little time to get our systems updated. And so it's going to be a few days before we get those standings updated, and it should be some really fun stuff when we do so, as we definitely saw some big-time winners over the last 2 days that are going to shake up those standings. But if you don't want to shake it up in live bingo and you want to check out our E-Tab games, I got one that's just for you, and that's Go for Gold. It's what we're listening to right now. It's an Olympic-themed E-Tab game. It's super fun. You can even take home some really good prizes in that bonus round in Go for Gold. It's just super, super fun.
Absolutely. You guys will definitely want to check it out. But if that doesn't sound up to your speed, we have over 50 different charitable E-Tab games that you guys can choose to play at any time. All of our E-Tab games have 85% payout and huge prizes up to $1,500. They even have small bets between 50 cents and $5. You can even check out those awesome bonus rounds and win some free play rounds as well.
Oh, yeah, and if you could be really good at any Olympic event, what would you choose?
See, we talked about this, and I picked bobsledding, but I think I want to refresh all the sports that are in the Olympics for me to really know.
Yeah, and I'm talking about Summer Olympics.
Summer Olympics?
Yeah.
Probably beach volleyball I'd have the most fun at.
Beach volleyball.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking like either javelin or pole vault. I think those two are really cool. If you're really good at them, it's really cool that you're really good at them.
Okay, we got...
Yeah, I know pretty much all the sports that are played.
Maybe canoeing and kayaking.
Oh, interesting. Definitely great stuff
That'd be
there.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, but definitely check out Go for Gold. Great E-Tab game, as well as all of our different E-Tab games. We got some music history that we're going to get into. And on today in 1991, Nirvana shoots their video for Smells Like Teen Spirit. It is a set to look like a deranged pep rally at Anarchy High School. And features fans are recruited at a concert 2 days earlier. The video is a huge hit on MTV and helps propel Nirvana into the mainstream. That's
some really funny stuff. We got Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine taking home that $9 line prize. We have $9 on that large M and $4,706 on that jackpot.
I mean, Smells Like Teen Spirit was huge.
Classic.
I mean, just
even to this day.
Yeah, still a huge one that I feel like gets revived every few years. I just end up seeing a bunch of Nirvana stuff every once in a while. So definitely a fun one on today.
Absolutely, but also on this day in 2011, Last Friday Night by Katy Perry reaches #1 on the Hot 100 charts, making her just the second artist with 5 #1 singles from the same album, Teenage Dream. The other 5-time chart topper was Michael Jackson's band. Bad.
Yeah, the album Bad by Michael Jackson. He had 4 different singles hit the #1, and the only other person to do it, who would have guessed? Katy Perry.
I know.
That is, I mean, she was
very
dominating
large,
for a really, really long time. I'm surprised I feel like Drake has had to have done this at least like one point.
Maybe.
Like it passed to 2011, obviously, I would guess. I mean, that's a really, really hard thing to do. 5 #1 hits in one album. Ridiculous.
Yeah. Last Friday night was my mom's favorite song for quite some time.
Was it really? That is hilarious. Were you guys big Katy Perry fans in your house?
My mom was. I enjoyed her, but I felt like she got really overplayed for me.
I can agree. I can agree with that. I feel like everyone got a little overplayed of Katy Perry, but we do have Chevy as well as Cancer Sucks, big time player. Cancer Sucks
nice
getting
to
the
see
win.
you out there.
Yeah, winning $9 on that large M. I mean, just around the corner we got PyCon, and just last PyCon we actually got to give Cancer Sucks that big trophy with the name engraved on it. Good to see you getting that large M, but we do have a winner on that coverall must go.
That's right, Big JK over at Carboni's Pizzeria in Pub Oak Park Heights is taking away that $14 must go prize in this game number 7. We're about to begin enrolled in game number 8.
Oh yeah, but speaking of that Pilot Cup, you guys have to be signed up at PGL.world to earn points so that you might be able to get first place and get your name engraved on that cup. All you gotta do once you're signed up, I mean, just get signed up at PGL.world, and then you're earning those points, but you also get access to insider information, including a monthly newsletter that has a bunch of great information in it. And we had such a blast last year giving out that PGL Game Cup. It last PyCon, I can't wait to see how fun it's going to be this upcoming year's PyCon, as we are going to be back at the Ledge Amphitheater September 15th, that Thursday. It should be an absolute blast, as we got special guests, legendary ZZ Top, and they're going to be playing all of their famous hits at a special private event just for you guys. The event is sold out, and so no more people can get added to the list. It's going to be an absolute blast, though, having all those people there, learning about the new products for Pilot Games, meeting with maybe some legislators, and hearing some great tunes from, those legendary rockers.
Absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see you guys out there September 15th. But we love showcasing all the players who sign up at PGL.world as well. And the latest players signed up were Crusher, ePayment, CKMN03, Becky T, Ward T, Brother, JM Bash 21, Just Meg, Cam to Bam, Nelly, Coolio17, Ashley S, Fensky 505, Angel Ma, Bread 732, Vodka Queen, Charlie Woo, as well as Lori Cry Axe, Tesla Goat, Big Bucks 13, Genie, Lucky Guy 91, Angie 5535-8, Mommy 1992, as well as Bat Expo 86.
Yeah, definitely some great stuff there. Some really, really fun, different people getting a win on that. Different people getting signed up, and hopefully getting some wins on our PGL night. So they added to our top 10 standings. Now, we didn't get updated from yesterday, but these are how the standings looked when we came in this week. And in 10th place, we got Panda over at the roadside with 276,000 points, with 277,000 points. In 9th place, we got Sarah Honey over at VFW Austin. 8th place is Bucks over at Rustic Saloon with 291,000 points. With 309,000 points in 7th place, we got Diesel over at Eagle St. James. 6th place is Sloppy over at Malone's Bar and Grill with 337,000 points. With 343,000 points in 5th place, we got Devoided over at the Roadside. 4th place is Keith over at Billy's Ryford with 370,000 points. With 400,000 points in 3rd place, we got Keeves over at Clearwater Corners. 2nd place is Bergar over at Rusty Nail Thief River Falls with 420,000 points. And with 498,000 points in 1st place, we got Forget You D over at Eagles Austin.
That's some really exciting stuff. And on the location side, the entirety of our top 10 are in the 1 million point club. In 10th place, we start off with Corner Pocket and Rice with 1,054,000. With 1,119,000 in 9th place, it's American Legion Fridley. 8th place was Clancy's on Island Lake in Park Rapids with 1,143,000. With 1,235,000 in 7th place, it's Rusty Nail Thief River Falls. 6th place is Billy's Rockford with 1,259,000. With 1,354,000 in 5th place, it's Miltona Liquor Store. 4th place is VFW Northfield with 1,453,000. With 1,717,000 in 3rd place, it's Howie Sports Bar and Grill in St. Cloud. 2nd place is Mabel Liquor Store, sitting with 1,765,000 points.
Oh,
And
yeah.
in first place, we got Poppers in Virginia with 1,918,000.
Oh yeah, not realizing you were almost at that first place spot. I almost interrupted you trying to announce this
I was gonna
big time
say.
line prize winner. Puts over at American Legion Pine River, getting a bunch of wins during this Twins Bingo time, and they're taking home $9 on this one. We're now working on a $9 large M as we got loser Dave as well as Puts 4 balls away. We'll see if even Nan could swoop away and get that win nice and early so that we can finally have a run up at this coverall jackpot.
That's right, but we do have some Minnesota Wild news for you guys, as the Wild have been playing it cool in free agency. They have focused on some minor deals to get through their current cap crunch and leaving some open spots for young players to battle during that training camp. One name that has been connected to the University of Minnesota Gophers captain and Edina, Minnesota, is native Sammy Walker. The 23-year-old center was drafted by Tampa Bay Lightning and will reportedly not go back to school for his 5th year and turn pro next season. Of course, his hometown Wild are expected to be a player in this.
Yeah, really cool stuff. I mean, love having those guys who stay in Minnesota, their hometown guys.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever I love giving those kinds of guys a shot to play in Minnesota because it's always super cool. I mean, we got 2 guys at least on our Vikings team that I know of that are like that with our star fullback as well as Adam Thielen, both being Minnesota natives. And so it's cool if we have some more joining up with our professional sports team. We do have a large M winner though.
That's right. Puts over at American Legion Pine River, taking home that $9 large M. We moved past that jackpot. Now we're trying to give out a $14 Musco prize with a bunch of players 2 balls away.
Yeah, but if you guys want to get a little bit of Minnesota Wild action, as it's in the the boring part of the offseason, we're just waiting for some more NHL stuff to start coming out. But before I go into the great game we teamed up with the Minnesota Wild for, we do have some winners.
That's right, MN Jr. and SNS. SNS playing at VFW Blaine, Willie at Eagles Rochester, and MN Jr. at the Beach Club Bar and Grill. All 3 of them are splitting up that $14 Musco prize in this game number 8 as we get enrolled in game number 9.
Yes. But that E-Tab that I was about to talk about is called Let's Go Wild. It's a great Minnesota Wild themed game. You guys can even check out the Slab Shot bonus round to see if you can score some really good prizes.
That's right, but we do have a fishing report to get into, as this was done about Anamia Lake Millie Locks. This was done by Explorer Minnesota on August 11th. And on Lake Millie Locks, anglers are catching walleye and using some leeches under slip bobbers at the soft and hard bottom transition areas in about 24 to 30 feet of water, as well as at the edge of those mud flats. Slide on the top of those rock reefs in about 8 to 16 feet of water or onto the edges in 16 to 22 feet of water for great smallmouth bass action.
Great stuff there. And if you guys are having a great time playing pilot games, make sure you send in a photo of it.
Oh,
Whether
yes.
it's you playing with your friends having a good time, you just yourself at the bar having a good time, or maybe even with your favorite bartender. Send in those player pictures. But even more so, we want to see those player pictures if you take home a giant jackpot. Hold up that jackpot message next to your smiling face and snap that photo. A bunch of people get creative with it, where sometimes they'll be hiding behind the iPad. Sometimes it's an action shot where they're holding it all
On phone with Jen.
Exactly, action shots like that. It's
Yeah.
always a great time to see those player pictures, and you can share those player pics by either messaging us on Facebook with that player pic, maybe even posting them onto any of your social media with the hashtag Pilot Games, or just by emailing them to jackpots@pilotgames.com. Really great ways to be able to send those in.
So what's your position, how you would stand holding up your jackpot?
Ooh, probably kind of like a windmill dunk, like between the legs windmill, where you got the message like right in between the legs as I'm like bringing it around for the tomahawk slam. Yeah.
Creative.
That's it, because I can physically stay in the air long enough to take a photo like that.
So you can see audibly what's on the screen.
Yes, exactly. I'm like Dr. J. I just
Impressive.
float up in the air. We do have 40 seconds to get enrolled in this second to last game of Twins Bingo, game number 9. So make sure you guys are getting enrolled and press and play. How would you take your photo?
Well, it's just going to seem dull compared to yours now. I was thinking maybe like the classic participation certificate photo that you have like awkwardly standing holding your plaque in front of your parents. You know?
The smile is
Just
like
like-
you can tell it's really faked and
Just holding up right in front of my chest.
Yeah.
But if I wanted some flair, maybe an over-the-shoulder shot where I'm like a
oh.
little sassy.
Or maybe like of you like kind of like it looks like you're running away with the money, but it's like with the iPad and like, you know.
Or I could like turn around and granny bowl it and hold it in between my legs.
Whew, see, now we're cooking. We're cooking. But we do have balls dropping in this game number 9, so we better get into a little bit of Vikings news. As we've learned quite a few things about this last preseason game, and one thing that is for sure is it's going to be hard to trimming the wide receivers on the roster, and that's going to be just a really tough decision. Being the individual who needs to decide who makes the 53-man roster for 2022 season isn't an inevitable job. The Minnesota Vikings have a ton of talent in that group, and someone with some skills will likely be on the outside looking in. Of course, the trio, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and KJ Osborne, should be considered locks to make the roster. But past that, Amir Smith-Marcetta seems to be in line for one of those spots. If the Vikings only keep 5 receivers, that means only one more can make it. But before we get into those guys who are competing for that spot, we do have a winner.
That's right. Tez over at Poppers is taking away that line prize of $9. We're working on a $9 large M and a $4,801 jackpot.
Well, longtime Minnesota Viking BC Johnson got shut out this last preseason game. Meanwhile, rookie Jalen Naylor, special team ace Dan Christian, and veteran Albert Wilson, along with Tristan Jackson and Marvin Mitchell, all had over 20 receiving yards in that game. The biggest surprise of the game was how Kellen Mond connected with Albert Wilson for 2 touchdowns during this game. It is such a talented group of players that make those final decisions will be extremely tough. Keeping a player based on potential or versatility instead of current ability is a hard balance, and one that will hopefully become more apparent before final cuts.
So when are final cuts going to happen?
Ooh, I'm not sure when those final cuts are made for the NFL 53-man roster.
Does it happen before the actual season kicks off?
Yes, it does happen before actual season.
Oh, so it's going to happen in the next 2 weeks.
Yes, this is like I said, these preseason games, you know how I talked to you about like how it's a lot of people figuring out how to where their position is.
I didn't realize people were getting cut.
Yeah, no, people are like fighting for their jobs.
I see.
Like, we were just watching Hard Knocks last night, and Dan Campbell goes like, this is a lot of your guys' only opportunity to play professional football. And that's what he's talking about, is because a lot of those young guys, they get cut that first time trying out for the NFL, and they don't usually get another shot going back into the NFL. So it's really interesting stuff. We do have some winners, though.
That's right. Doggo 11 at the Polar Lounge, and Fifi over at Riverbend Bar and Grill are splitting up that large M, $9 going out to you guys. And then we got Jules at VFW Spring Lake Park taking home $14 on that Musco. That was game number 9. We're about to begin enrolled in our final round of Twins Bingo, game number 10.
Yeah, I am trying to find out the deadline of roster cuts. Has to be Tuesday, August 30th.
I was going to say, because the first games start the first week in September.
Yeah, so that makes sense. The 30th is the fun final cuts are. Player a great E-Tab game that we teamed up with the Minnesota Vikings for, and that's Vikings Victory. Pick a letter in the Skull bonus. See if you can win some really great prizes. Good job to all the winners in this game number 9. We're about to get enrolled into a game number 10, our final game of Twins Bingo. So get enrolled, press play as we talk about some fun celebrity birthdays.
That's right, and on this date in 1896, Leslie Groves was born, the American Army engineer who directed the Manhattan Project and construction of the Pentagon.
Okay, so could build a Pentagon and a nuclear bomb. So really interesting stuff. Next up, born in 1920, we got Maureen O'Hare, an Irish actress and singer who is a part of Miracle on 34th Street and The Quiet Man.
Yeah, Maureen O'Hara.
Oh, yes.
And then in 1943, one of my favorite actors, Robert De Niro, was born. He is an American actor known for Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, and so many more.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just a big-time actor that I think has aged really well into his acting career. As I feel like as he's got older, it's got his acting's gotten even better. Like the
I
roles that he
completely
plays,
agree.
he does them
Yeah,
so
we were
good
just
now.
talking about this yesterday, how I much prefer old Robert De Niro to young Robert De Niro.
Yes, it's so funny actually seeing him young because
he looks so different.
He does look very different than like Danny DeVito, who's looked the same ever since
Forever.
I've ever seen him come on screen. Like
just like Steve Martin's looked the same forever.
Yes.
Even in his 40s, he looked like Steve Martin. Whereas Robert De Niro completely
it looks
made
very,
in
very
transition
different.
to a new man.
Yeah. Next up, born in 1952, we got
Guillermo.
Vilas.
Yeah.
An Argentine tennis player who is a 4-time Grand Slam winner.
I love that name.
Yeah, really good one.
Guillermo. Next up, in 1960, we got Sean Penn, the American actor known for Mystic River, Milk, as well as Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, I mean, just a big-time actor. What I actually love him the best in, though, is Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Really?
Yes, he is the photographer.
Oh, yeah,
he's
he's
the
the
photographer
that
that gives him the great grand
that Ben
life
Stiller
advice
is
at the
chasing
very
after.
end. And so that's one of my favorite movies, and so definitely one of his best appearances. But didn't he originally get popularity in his with why am I blanking on
Fast Times.
Keanu Reeves?
Oh yeah, because of Bill and Ted.
Yes, that was like some of the first things he ever blew up in was Bill and Ted, where he looks completely different.
Yeah.
And he's got the long hair, right?
That's how he
And-
looks in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so funny. So happy birthday,
Spicoli.
Sean Penn. Next up, born in 1981, we got Kristen Holt, an American television personality who I think was a judge for American
Okay.
Idol at one point.
Very cool stuff. And then our final celebrity birthday in 1991, we have Austin Butler, the American actor known for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, as well as Elvis.
Yeah, and he's also one of those like teen, like Nickelodeon.
He's a childhood star as well.
Nickelodeon Disney actor kind of thing. So really good to see that his career has continued to grow since being a Disney actor.
It's at an all-time high right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that they get stuck at that Disney level, but he was able to break out of it, which is really cool. We do have $10 on this final game of Twins Bingo on the Musco, as we got a line prize of 10 and a large M of $10. Should be some fun stuff, but we got some really fun food that we need to talk about.
Absolutely, and this is a state fair food happening in Minnesota, and it is the Concha Bacon Burger. Before we talk about more about it, we got a winner.
Never a Break over at Beer Stew Inver Grove, taking home $10 on that line prize. Good job, Never a Break.
Nicely done, but the Concha Bacon Burger is an all-beef patty with raspberry aioli, lettuce, pepper jack cheese, pickled jalapenos, and bacon, served on a concha, a traditional Mexican sweet bread roll.
Ah, super tasty stuff.
Yes, you can find it at Aldo's Burgers in the Warner Coliseum on the west side.
That sounds yummy,
Oh,
yummy.
I want to go eat my way around the Minnesota State Fair so badly.
I feel like that would be just a great time.
Absolutely.
But moving on to some movies released on today. In 1979, I know this is one of my father's favorite Monty Python movies, and I think it's pretty funny as well. Monty Python's Life of Brian.
I don't think I've seen this one.
Yes, it's about a man who pretty much like follows like everything after Jesus.
Okay.
And like everyone thinks he is the like next
coming,
coming,
okay.
but like he's just really the guy that's like that's I don't know, somehow got his life mixed up with everything that's happening, but he wants nothing to do with it.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Well, that's a good one in 1979. But next up in 2007, we had two movies that were released. The first one was High School Musical 2.
Yeah, I think this one was my favorite of the High School Musical series.
Yeah, this is the vacation one.
Yeah, it was super fun and had so much good music in it. The soundtrack in
yeah.
it was probably my favorite.
Absolutely. I just started thinking of a song. Now it's going to be stuck in my head.
And then in 2007 as well, Superbad was released.
That's another good one.
Yeah, it's, I mean, just a comedy classic.
We all love McLovin.
Oh, yeah, we do have a large M going out to Mikey Wins over at Maple Tavern, taking home $10 as we clicked over to a $16 Musco coverall prize. And the final one released on today in 2012, Paranorman.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah, a fun little kids movie. I was a little too old when it came out
Yeah,
for me
I
to
don't
get
think I've
really
seen
into
it.
it, but I know there was a lot of little kids that really, really enjoyed it when it
No,
first
we
came
just
out.
watched it.
Yeah, we did.
You guys just had me watch it for the first time. I really liked it. There's a lot more adult commentary and suggestions than I expected.
We do have the final winner of this Twins Bingo. It's a split win between Big JK over at Carboni's Pizzeria and Pub Oak Park Heights and Mikey Wins over at the Maple Tavern. Good job to all these winners in game number 10. You're about to get enrolled in some Jackpot 125-cent edition. But before we do so, we got something we need to talk about.
That's right. And over this past weekend, taking home the biggest jackpot of the weekend, it was Pust over at Northeast Palace, taking home $6,392. While playing over at the Northeast Palace, they supported the Minneapolis Firefighters Local 82 Triple Crown. Their mission is to support the men and women of Minneapolis, the Firefighters Local 82, who proudly protects the residents and visitors of Minneapolis 24 hours a day, 365 days a year.
Oh, yeah. Well, you guys are supporting a charity wherever you're playing at. So remember, when you're playing Pilot games, your community wins.
See you guys.
Time we're playing Twins Bingo, where you guys earn points towards the Twiking Zone.
That's right, and things have been going crazy on the player side of things, so I'm going to jump right in. And in 10th place, we got Puts over at Knuckleheads Bar and Grill, sitting with 34,000 points. With 36,000 points in 9th place, we got Juicy Loser at VFW Columbia Heights. 8th place, it's with Tez at Poppers with 53,000. Then a big jump to 75,000 points for the 7th place player, Red at American Legion Fridley. 6th place is Caribou over at Cooper's Restaurant with 84,000. Then with 87,000 in 5th place, it's Mikey Wins at Steve-O's. Then in 4th place, we got Nan at Corky's Bar in South Haven with 90,000 points. Then with 107,000 points in 3rd place, we got Scrub Eye at VFW Blaine. 2nd place is Sin Bob over at Corky's Bar South Haven City with 121,000. And then with 123,000 right ahead of them in 1st place, it's Loser Dave at VFW Spring Lake Park.
What a great player standings. But on the location side, it's just as competitive as well. And in 10th place, we got the Floppy Crappie of Pokegama Township with 40,000 points. With 49,000 points in 9th place, we got Cooper's Restaurant in Eagan. 8th place is Carboni's Pizza CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 32,000 points. With 70,000 points in 7th place, we got Miniger Sports Hub in La Crescent. 6th place is Our Place on 3rd and Faribault with 83,000 points. With 129,000 points in 5th place, we got VFW Blaine. 4th place is Poppers in Virginia with 141,000 points. With 203,000 points in 3rd place, we got Corky's Bar South Haven. 2nd place is American Legion Fridley with 236,000 points. And with a whopping 305,000 points so far in this season 12, sitting in 1st place, we got VFW Spring Lake Park.
That is some pretty that is some pretty impressive stuff happening right there. But make sure you guys are coming out each and every day from 12 to 1 to try your hand at the lunchtime bingo, whether it be Twins Bingo or Vikings Bingo. guys. We love our happy hour show. It happens each and every day from 4 to 6, where we're live for you guys for 2 hours to play some awesome games with you.
Oh, yeah, and our standings sit like this. In 10th place, we got a three-way tie between Wolfstein at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards, Crazy Kid over at the Tasty Pizza Hangar 45, and Jay Surma over at Grumpy's Bar and Grill in Roseville. They all have 10,000 points. With 11,000 points, we have a three-way tie in 7th place between Dustball 75 at Charlie's Sports Bar and Grill, Tesla at Friends Bar and Restaurant, and Kirby over at American Legion Fridley. 6th place is Lucky Ride over at South Street Saloon with 12,000 points. 5th place is Chica over at Willie McCoy's of Andover with 13,000 points. With 15,000 points in 4th place, we got Billany over at VFW Blaine. 3rd place is O Lars over at Onamia Vets Club with 17,000 points. Now with 20,000 points in 2nd place, we got Brother Nate over at Carboni's Pizza Sports Bar, Burnsville. And then number 1 player, it's Funk over at Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards with 38,000 points.
Absolutely. Well, on the location side of things, in 10th place, we got Dugout Bar and Grill in Bethel with 16,000 points. 8th place, we have a tie between Barrel House Bar and Cafe in Coon Rapids and Willie McCoy's of Andover, both with 17,000. With 19,000 points in 7th place, it's Carboni's Pizza and Sports Bar, Burnsville. 6th place is VFW Blaine with 23,000. Then with 26,000 in 5th place is Tasty Pizza Hangar 45 in Hilltop. 4th place is American Legion Fridley with 33,000. Then in 3rd, we got VFW Spring Lake Park with 44,000. With 46,000 points in 2nd place, it's Onamia Vets Club. And then in 1st place, it's Carboni's Pizza, CR Billiards in Coon Rapids with 80,000 points.
Definitely some great stuff there, and we're super excited to see any kind of shakeups that are going to happen in these happy hour standings.